Our guests today are the kind folks from the University Credit Union. We have Albert Rose over here and Riccardo Francois. We're good to go there?
Great.
Okay, good. So University Credit Union has offices in Kendall, South Miami Coral Gables-ish, all right? You have one at FIU.
That's correct.
Downtown.
That's correct.
Is there another one?
We also have another one on the FIU Biscayne Bay branch campus.
All right. And of course, all over the internet, people can access you all the time. Everything is up to date, really cool, and you have your own app as well.
24/7 on the internet, that's right.
So let's talk about credit unions, why people do business with credit unions versus the other type of banking.
So all in all, credit unions are where people bank. And the people that are credit union members, and we call them members, not customers, come to us. Typically, they come to us out of a special employment group or a SEG. And then they just, friends and family join. A few years back, we became community chartered. So we're open up to all the residents of Miami-Dade County, those who work here, those who live here and go to school here in Miami-Dade County. So we're open to the entire population of Miami-Dade County, and they'll come to us typically because we're going to be able to offer them much lower rates on loans that they may need. When
there are companies that have their own credit union, Florida Power and Light, I think there's a big hospital chain that has their own. As you mentioned, those are for people that want to keep that money close, and there's special benefits for them if they're employees of that particular credit union.
Exactly.
So, Riccardo, so how did you get into the credit union business?
Well, to begin, I worked in finances through different avenues, whether it be working in different call centers and what have you. And I always found money to be interesting. So, I did join the credit union realm and, made it a point to understand money while also going to school for my business degree. So it just fell in line. And I kind of did want to add to, and I'm sorry for cutting you off with regards to the difference between the banking industry and credit unions. Something I always want to harp on is the fact that credit unions tend to be more organically made, and what I mean by that, it's done as a service for the community that we rely upon, and they rely upon us. More times than not, our members are being added to our team by word of mouth by other members who are actually there. So that's a big contingent on how we are made and how we're made successful.
And how long you been with the university?
For about 2 years now.
Okay. Yeah. And tell everybody what you do.
Well, yeah, as the VP Senior Lending Officer, we maintain that we work with our senior management team in reviewing all loans and underwriting, whether it be for commercial loans, auto loans, credit cards, all the products that we have here.
And we're going to be talking about how people can save money in just a minute. So when we think of, or at least when I think of credit unions, I think, a very comfortable place. It's more folksy type of thing, to where it's not the the big guy thing where you walk in and you go, where am I? All right. So now, Albert, how long you been with university?
So I went over to university in April of 2019. So I've been there going on 2 years now.
And tell us what you do.
So I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Operations Officer. I work along with Riccardo over there, and one of the main things we want to do is ensure that we're here for the community and we're able to offer the services, full services. We're full banking services at a credit union. So like you said, we are more folksy, but that doesn't mean we don't have the sophistication and the modernization that the big banks do. We have it all.
And by the way, I want to say hello to Michael Welch. Michael, thank you very much for your support and your whole team over there. So we're going to show people today how they can save some money. And Tommy, if you want to put that first shot up there. And Albert, you want to start with this first one?
Yeah, that'd be great. So back in 2019, we made a concerted effort to take a look at our entire organic loan portfolio and take a listen to what the members are asking for. And what we found is that most members of a credit union are members to other credit unions, as well as one or two national banks. So people aren't exclusive to one credit union. They're not exclusive to one bank. So what we found is you can't give everyone another car loan just because they need another car loan or another home equity loan or boat loan. What we found is that the members want to find ways to save money on the existing loan products they already have. So we took a 30,000-foot view and came back with programs that we feel and what we've researched that you can't get anywhere else in the nation on some of the programs that we offer. And we'll go through the slide deck in a minute. But we started out looking at the credit card portfolios of our community, all of Miami-Dade County, going into auto loans, home equity loans, unsecured loans, term loans, like a credit card loan. But instead of having it revolving, you have 60 months to pay it back. That way, you know, X amount of time you're going to be out of that loan, up to 5 years. Boat loans, we're in a boating community, huge success from our community, individuals coming over to us, thanking us for saving thousands upon thousands of dollars on their boat loans. And lastly, to bring all this together, we introduced at the end of 2020 a new app. We went out there, we found the best in the industry fintech company, partnered with them, and brought our new app live. And it's just been nonstop gangbusters since then.
So the financial industry's changed quite a bit over the last 25 years or so. When we were kids, you remember this cashless society, right? And we were going, what do you mean? There won't be any cash. There won't be any paper. There won't be that stuff. And it was sort of hard to imagine that. But there are a lot of people that's the way it is.
You see it.
Yes.
You see a lot of people going to mobile, to cashless. We're even seeing a shift in the industry on the credit cards, going away from the chip to the contactless, now to complete tokenization. Rick can speak a little more to that overall.
And just to add to that, you know, the difference being from a credit union and to a bank, that was going to be the major thing that a national bank could hold over these local communities and local credit unions. We've gone against that, and we've made sure that we've up to par when it comes to those type of innovations. So having said that, we're giving you the best of both worlds. We have the ability to assist you when it comes to the innovation side, but we're also still giving that hands-on feel when it comes to the loans. Having said that as well, we're understanding that our local community may be a little bit different compared to others. So we are making sure that we're putting our ears to the ground and making sure that what they're asking for is what's being provided. When it comes to the boats, you know, of course, it's not going to be prudent of someone in Las Vegas offering a boat rate, you know, but we being in our community are understanding that this is what they need and this is what we're going to give them.
And we have a huge boating industry down there, gigantic. So, Albert, it would seem like it was just a few years ago that the grocery stores started accepting credit cards. And there was these big surveys that were being done. Well, what do you think of it? And it's all these people that don't have the cash, they're going to go into debt. And this, now it's just like, well, of course, right? And when I go to some stores and I pay for a cup of coffee for $2.50, which I forgot how much it was, right? I was still a little uncomfortable, but then I realized that's just the way it is.
You know, everything was going to change when they stopped giving out the S&H green stamps at the grocery store.
I know there's some youngsters out there watching this don't know what it is, but it was, you would collect these stamps and you lick them and you put them in this book, and then you would, that's a while back, you would go to the S&H store and you would redeem them, right? Riccardo's going, what are you talking about? It was true. You could go get like a little widget. So what are some of the other industries that are specific to here that University Credit Union has a hold of in understanding the needs down here?
In general, I think we have a next slide that would really show it well on the credit card balance transfer promotion that we put together. That promotion, you can go up to $30,000 on your credit card. We have an introductory rate. That's not a big wow, right? A lot of people have a 0% introductory rate. The big wow is the 3.99%. So on the balance, the amount of the balance transferred from your high interest rate credit cards, transfer over to the University Credit Union MasterCard, you'll have 0% for the first 6 months. But the balance that is transferred for those qualified individuals will receive the 3.99% for the life of the balance transfer.
Amazing. And what is, people are asking, well, what does that mean, qualified? So is there a particular credit score that's involved in that?
Yeah. Once I'll take this. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, credit, upon credit approval is just the same thing when it comes to any type of underwriting guidelines. We don't have a set score as to who we would approve, or this score means you'll get approved or you'll get denied. We don't work that way. We definitely do a full scope when it comes to who we would approve. So we take into different factors, of course, being credit, but also ability to repay and other factors such as that.
Ability to repay is a huge factor there. So qualified, you have to be able to pay your debt back.
Yes.
You have to have a good credit history of paying back other lenders that you've borrowed from, and those are main criteria we look at. But like Ricardo said, it's a holistic view. He's looking at the entire credit application with the team there to find those qualified individuals. To circle back around, what does that mean? Before we came in, we took a look at the 2020 average interest rate for credit card loans across the nation. And the average rate, it came out to 20%. People are carrying credit cards on average at 20%. What does that mean as compared to the 3.99% balance transfer at University Credit Union? If you had $10,000 and you ran on the 20%, it would take you, if you paid the minimum balance, typically 2% of the outstanding balance, it would take you 111 months and you would pay back $12,000 in interest rate. $12,000. If you do the balance transfer for that same amount over University Credit Union, that $10,000, you would only pay back $954 in interest. You would pay the card off in 55 months, and you would save a total of just over $11,000 in interest payments. That's incredible. So that's how we're helping the community save money.
So Ricardo, so somebody could take a look at their balance from their other credit card, and they can look at this and say, gee, I'm looking on there, it's 11%, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 20%, and say, gee, I could cut this interest rate in half plus, right?
Just doing a balance transfer.
Right.
And the big part that I wanted to harp on is, you'll definitely hear certain people who may have that high interest rate and then state something along the lines of maybe a 6% balance transfer, 7% balance transfer, or even let's say they do get a 3.99. No one's doing it at 3.99 with the fact that there's no balance transfer fee. And that's another portion that we want to bring up. That's a huge sell. The fact that we're allowing you to do a 3.99 for the life of the balance, most people will do so. But then also say, look, just so we can get our portion of it, they'll put a fee on top. That's not something we're doing here. We're just trying to make sure that we give, the most amount of savings sent to our members.
One of the great things about the money industry is that we cut through everything else. We're in the marketing business, so we get customers buy our products and services. We have to create the product, and then they pay for it, all right? And this, you're right to it, all right? Sure. This is it, which is people can owe money, all right? And they can, if they go over to you, all right, I guess you're the first guy in line over there, and then you can wind up saving them a bunch of money, especially at this time where people are gainfully employed, they're unsure, all right? And they're nervous.
That's the biggest frustration we have in the credit union industry, is that the members and the community at large say, I didn't know I could become a member. The word member scares people. It's $5 deposited into opening up your account. You're now a member. We're not asking for you to pay a monthly fee or yearly annual dues. We're just saying, we call it membership. You're becoming a member to us. You're coming over. You're opening up your account. The frustration is every single person we meet is eligible for membership that resides in Miami-Dade County, or they could reside in another county but work here. They're eligible for membership. And you hear them all the time. Oh, I've seen you for years. I didn't know. And they thank us every time we get one of these balance transfers. And we'll go through the deck here in a minute. The same response we get from everyone. I wish I would have known years ago that I could have come over.
So that's certainly a challenge in the marketplace. How do you get somebody to be able to consider doing that versus some other traditional bank that's down the street? So, and since you brought up, how did the name University come into play?
So we started out as the credit union for the University of Miami employees. And that's how University Credit Union originated. Way back in about 1942 timeframe. And since then, we've expanded, and we have Florida International University, as well as Berry, St. Thomas University, and we've merged with a lawyers credit union. So all those in the legal profession, from Palm Beach down to Monroe County, if you're in the legal profession, if you're an attorney or have anything to do, a clerk or anything to do in the legal profession, you qualify for membership at University Credit Union. The best part about it is just download the simple University Credit Union app, go in there and apply for a loan today. By applying for a loan, we'll validate your membership and then onboard you as a member. So you don't have to become a member before you apply for a loan. Just come on in, apply for the loan, and then we'll memberize you.
And when you say come on in, you're talking about they can go online and come on in that way.
When I say come in, I mean come in through the internet.
Yes.
The doors are always open.
Yes. Yeah, that's for folks that are over the age of 55, that when you would hear come on in, that means go to these doors.
That's right.
But certainly over a period of time, we're all getting used to, especially in the last year or so. So do you want to go over this slide up here that we have here?
Absolutely. So the next slide we have here is for auto loans. And we are in a auto loan town. Everyone here has 2 or 3 automobiles in their driveway. And this was an excellent campaign that Riccardo was able to bring to the forefront for us. And what's great about it is you see that number, 250,000.
Is that for a car?
People look at that. So we have a great network of professionals that drive those Porsche GT3s, those McLarens, and other vehicles.
You even know some of them. Do you have one of those?
You do. I personally don't. Rick might have one of those.
No, I don't have one of those either. But just to harp on this, and thank you for bringing this up, when it comes down to the auto loan refinance promotion, this is something that we understood our membership needed and our community needed. At the end of the day, last year, we've noticed that a lot of people were still holding on to their cars. They didn't want to see it as, I want to purchase a new car. How can I start minimizing my debts? And one of the biggest debts a person will have outside of their home will be their auto loan. So, we as a team and the senior management at university did take a look at that and said, how can we help our membership? And we felt as if the up to 2% off on your current rate was something that, that's miraculous when it comes down to different people.
So somebody could go and they could refinance their car, refinance their credit card debt, and wind up saving a bunch of money by just changing providers.
And that's what our attempt is to do like a whole 360 review of all your information. What we understand as well is the fact that when a person's applying for one loan, they may not be looking for assistance in all other factors. If we're able to save $20 a month on this one loan and then another 20, 30 on different aspects, we're actually saving them a lot more in the long run. And that's how we look at it. We do a full scope when it comes down to your credit report. We kind of look at it as a concierge service when it comes down to and making sure that everything is met with our expectation of fully servicing the member.
So we know when people come to us to say, I'm looking to do this, I go, well, what is the bigger picture?
Exactly.
Right. We started saying, okay, it's time for us to put up some other signs. So I said, okay, we got this an image, we put it on the building. I said, no, we're looking to redo our building so that the building looks good. That includes a sign.
That's true.
Right. And so I think what I heard from you, when you sit down with somebody, they may come in for an auto loan, but the conversation is, here's where else we think we can save you some money. There's a number for most of us that say, gee, I may not change for $100 a month, but maybe for $300 or $400 a month, I would do that.
To that point, so Rick was saying, $20 doesn't seem like a lot to somebody at first glance. But if you looked at the typical auto loan at 84 months, 2% off over the life of that auto loan coming over to university, that small savings Rick is talking about is about $41 a month on 2% off at a $45,000 automobile. So we're saving over $3,500 approximately over the life of that loan. So you have a credit card, we're saving you $12,000. You have a car loan, we're saving you $3,500. So right now we have a member at about $14,000 that we're able to save them. That's real money. That goes right back into the household.
Yes.
That they could see the difference. So
the husband or his wife's going to spend on beautifying their home.
Everyone's going to spend on beautifying something or being able to take that extra trip they've been planning on, or going out to eat, or whatever it might be. But it's a little bit at a time. All these are going to add up.
And to pinpoint, all that happens when we start to have those conversations with our members. That really is not happening at any of these national banks or private banks. They may be doing so when it comes to one product, but we understand that the full scope is where it's at. So that's it.
And
right.
you I see your next sheet up here is for home equity or
that's right. That's okay. Right. For the home equity loans and the home equity line of credit loans, we were able to look at it. Take a look at these new all-time low rates that we're at. So we need to make changes to that. So those changes are, 3% for up to 10 years or 3.25% up to 20 years. We do loans up to $250,000, not just for automobiles, but also for homes. We like the home equity loan because it's a fixed rate. The member doesn't have to worry about when the prime rate changes, this variable up and down. And we started taking a look at that, and you at $50,000 for a home equity loan over 10 years at 3%, it's $483 approximately a payment. For 20 years at 3.25%, $50,000, about $284 a month in payments approximately. And right there's your new kitchen at a home or a pool that you want to put in. We make it very affordable for the individuals in South Florida to live a good life.
And I think it's great that you have these different areas that people can look at, not just as one thing. And lots of times we sort of forget about that. Oh yeah, forgot about that, and I forgot about this, and all of a sudden it starts to change. Do you do investment properties also?
So as far as investment properties, we do have a commercial side to the credit union. We were just talking residential today, but individuals that are interested in commercial loans and commercial real estate loans, they would also visit University Credit Union. We'd be able to assist them on that as well.
Is that for equity, an equity line, or is that for first mortgages also?
So we can do equity lines as well as first mortgages.
Oh, no kidding. So it's everything. You got the whole thing. And the doors are open 24 hours a day.
Like I said in the beginning, we are folksy, like you said, but we have everything that your national banks and your national lenders will offer and more.
And a running trend that you'll notice is the fact that we're out here listening to what our members are asking for. We've at times had members who are okay with the home equity line of credit, the HELOC, where the traditional interest rate may jump or go down depending on the Fed. But with this item here of the fix, we understand that there's certain members who want to do home improvement may consider this as their best option for debt consolidations. And this is an offer that, if you look around, more likely can't be beat.
So we know that people are concerned with that somebody's going to listen to them and somebody's not going to try to sell them something. True. You make a presentation, say, here's a half a dozen things, right? Lots of people are hesitant to go to financial institutions because they may be a little bit embarrassed or they were concerned about some privacy issues. So tell us, if you would, as far as the rules that you're bound by as far as privacy.
So as far as privacy, you have the Bank Secrecy Act and the members' privacy and fair credit reporting. So in general, when you come to any financial institution, your information is going to be kept confidential. At University Credit Union, obviously, we keep it completely confidential. It's between you and us. So we're not here telling everyone in the community who we're doing loans for, but I can tell you that we are doing loans for just about every one of your neighbors in the community. A lot of people have come on board to University Credit Union in the last 24 months with all the programs that Riccardo has helped bring to the forefront.
That's wonderful. And we like it when we see, well, Riccardo, young entrepreneurs in business. So I think.
Oh, how's it that full too?
All right.
Someplace in between.
Okay. And we have another slide coming up here.
We do. So this is an interesting product that a lot of people outside of the credit union world don't know we offer. So this is an unsecured loan. We call it a signature loan because it's basically your signature. That's the collateral. So based on your good credit history and your ability to repay, we can offer up to $20,000 on a term loan. It's about 5 years at a rate of 6.74%, as low as for those that qualify. So what this is those individuals, for the most part, come over to this loan in the beginning because they wanted to get out of the revolving debt of a credit card. They wanted to find a way, what plan do you have that can get me out of this a structured payment? So if you had a $10,000 credit card loan, like we started out with on the first slide, the minimum that you're going to pay on that is 2%, typically 2% of the outstanding balance month over month. That would take you 10 years to pay. You're going to pay on top of the $10,000 an additional $12,000 at that 20% average rate. You can also come over and say, I don't want a credit card. I want this to pay it down. You're paying less than $200 a month because it's a term loan. You're paying about $194 a month for that $10,000 at 6.7%. And it's going to be about $1,800 in interest you're going to pay over that short period of time, but you'll be out of that revolving debt circle.
And to add on to that, there are also other financial institutions that are offering what you would consider these same installment loans at a way higher rate. You can go ahead and consolidate those loans as well. Not to put any other, private bank names, but there are certain ones with way higher interest rates that you may have financed through online or different sectors, third parties. With this, you're going to be able to cut from that as well. So, and
if somebody works in Dade County or lives here.
Lives here, works, goes to school.
Correct.
Yeah. Or if you're part of the legal community from Palm Beach all the way down to Key West.
Correct. And also if you're alumni of any of these schools and you so happen to be outside of the area, then you can technically.
That's right.
That's amazing. Well. A friend of mine, Michael Raley, who was with back when Florida Power Light Union, I forget what that was. And so we used to do a lot of things together. So he'd talk about the industry a little bit. And it's really amazing because at all the years, I've never had a talk with the huge financial institutions because they didn't care. It wasn't part of what they wanted to do. So this is really interesting to be able to talk to you and to be able to share some of these things, with our viewers. Do we have another one coming up here?
We do. We have the boat, something that we're super proud of.
Ricardo, is this for you? Are you going to do this one?
Yeah, I mean, like Al said, we're very, very proud about this one. When it comes down to boat loans, we understood that our community was very interested in finding a better way to finance. A lot of the boat, if you were to go to like a trader or what have you, they already have financing lined up and the rates are what they are. What we figured out was the fact that by allowing them to have their boat already financed and maybe coming in on us with a refinance at up to 3% off your current boat rate, you can't really beat that down here in South Florida. So it's something that's really taken a hold of our community. So
a lot of people don't know how much boats are, but not only does it cost a lot to get in them, but to run them. All right. That's a big deal. So if they can wind up saving a bunch of money from here, they might pay for that gas trip for the day.
That's it. So I love my numbers. So looking at a typical boat loan of 15 years, we're seeing about the discount Ricardo was talking about. We're seeing about a $10,000 to $15,000 savings, obviously depending on the price. So we're going to be able to help you pay for that gas for quite some time. What's really interesting about this product, and Ricardo was adamant about it, is that we'll do up to 100% financing on a boat loan, and it's hard to find that. People will easily do 70, 75%. They're like 80. Some of them will start pushing a little more, but we'll go up to 100%.
And why is that?
Because the needs of our members requires us to offer that product to them. They're saying, I really want a boat loan. I can carry the payment, but right now I don't want to take out $20,000, $30,000 out of my bank account. I want to keep that there. I want to have that just in case there's an emergency or something I need at the household for the children, whatever it might be. So we realize that we see that on the credit profile. So we find those individuals do qualify for 100% financing, and we're willing to do that.
So Ricardo, can we go out on your boat?
When I got one, for sure.
So, Albert, do we have another slide here?
We do. And speaking about going out on a boat, I am always inviting people to come out with me on my boat, but you just have to be able to row it really well. So going to the last slide here, Ricardo and I talked about this early on, is our new mobile app. We've partnered with one of the industry leaders in the fintech industry to bring something that is just amazing. This app, and I invite everyone, if you want to have some fun, download the app. If you don't have an account with us, apply for a loan. We'll memorize you that way. Have some fun. We're able to aggregate all your bank accounts, all your credit cards, everything that you have out there. You're able to look at it through this one single app. That app that's right there. You load it, you will see whatever credit cards you might have, what other banking accounts you might have, and then you'll be able to see the running balance of all those accounts. If you want to set up payment from your account at University Credit Union to do that, basically what we've rolled out is the elimination of 15, 20, 30 different apps to get to your financial institutions. You just come to one financial institution, that's University Credit Union, and you can see the profile of your entire financial profile. Any loan you have, any debt you have will come up on this app. So you just load it. It's unbelievable. It
It's
really is
mind-boggling, actually.
Yeah, it really is, and very few people can offer you that. So what we have on a local credit union here, we're basically punching, well above our fight weight here, and we're really proud of this app. It took a long time for us to bring it to market, but it's there.
And really, like we said before, that we were trying to make sure that we bridge the gap between these national banks and your local community. We want to make local feel still.
And one of the great things that we like is shop local, and we recognized 40 years ago down here, I was just a young whippersnapper then, that people wanted local, and to be able to say to the community, we assisted in the formation of 9 cities down here. We assisted in the formation of half a dozen chamber of commerces, local zoning boards. All right. We know that that's what people want. They want local. So folks, if you want to do business with a local firm, this is the place to do that. To the local bakery, you know it when you walk in the door, right? And that there's a different feel for that. And I think during this time and for the foreseeable future, we're going to want to have that connection a little bit more, whether it's through the internet or through one of your 5 locations, to be able to do that. It does make a difference, all right? And to our viewers, I suggest that, or urge you to take a look at University Credit Union and see if they can help you look at it, all right? And if somebody says, I need you to look at this stuff and give me an idea of what I should do, they can call in and you'll be able to do that.
We're definitely big on that. At the end of the day, we're trying to service the member. So it's not so much about servicing them to a product. We're not product driven. We're making sure that we're member driven. So that's a big topic of ours.
So when you said you researched some of your members, you found out what the need was. So how did that go? How did that start?
That started out through wellness calls. Not to go down that road, but when we in March of 2020, when we entered this new reality going around, we found a lot of the members were silent, and we started doing wellness calls. So we made an effort to contact thousands of members of the credit union to ask them, how are you? Is everything okay? It really started out of the elderly members. We wanted to make sure that they were okay. We have a responsibility to them. And then it branched out to all the membership. And we just wanted to make sure, are you doing okay in these weird times? And is there anything we can do for you? And we started hearing back from them. I need a little help here. And how can I maybe have more money? And we found that by saving on their monthly expenses, by offering them a lower rate, we can help them. And that's really how it went around.
That's wonderful. And we've learned so much where the police years ago, or still do, they would have wellness calls, and the
right.
family would go. But that is tremendous that you're able to do that. So in their time of some of your clients, in their time of need, what you said is, yes, you need some money. We're going to figure out how, with your current debt, you'll spend less money on that. All right.
Absolutely.
So that's great that you did that. And by the way, since we're talking and being so sentimental, make a donation somewhere, contribute to somewhere and to somebody. Doesn't have to be big or little, but just make that, even if it's just your time.
Absolutely.
So we're going to wrap up. Do we have another, or is that it? Another slide?
Well, just the last slide
Okay.
With the website address for those individuals that are trying to find us. It's myuniversitycreditunion.org, hyphenated to myunicu.org. And of course, you can go to Samsung or Apple and just type in University Credit Union for the app.
And you better give your phone number, or else I'm going to hear about it.
Yeah, that's perfect. So the phone number is 786-425-5000. Again, 786-425-5000. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention to our business community that we've opened up business loans now to the community. We focus on commercial real estate loans. So for those entrepreneurs, for those business owners that own their own location, that want to buy their own business condo and have their business there, we're available to assist them on that. There are instances which no one else in the community that we know of will do. We will go up to 80% loan to value on a commercial real estate loan. That's unheard of in the industry. It's unheard of in today's times. And we will go up to multiple millions as needed.
That's great. Riccardo, you got anything you want to share with us?
Just to pinpoint to what he said, like I said, we're open for business. We're doing our best when it comes to satisfying the members' requests. any type of feedback we always take into account and make sure that our products are, matching what's requested.
Now, one of the things we like to do is get people that have wisdom to share that with our viewers. So we'll start with Albert. Why don't you look in the camera? Imagine some 18 to 25-year-old person that's wondering about the future, and why don't you talk to them for a minute?
So if you're wondering about the future and the financial state of the economy, it's going to be good. We're the United States of America. We're the strongest nation in the world. We're resilient. We bounce back from all things, including these current times that we're going through. I suggest that you take the time to visit University Credit Union, visit a financial institution, allow us to set up your share savings account, and go from there. We will be here from your first loan to your children's loans and to your grandchildren's loans.
Great, thank you. Riccardo, you're on. Same thing.
That was the tough one to follow there, but in regards to any,
I want you to talk to the 18 to 20-year-old person, all right, that's looking at you and say, how did he do that, all right?
Well, and I'll just bring it back to my peers and those who made sure that they were by me the whole time. Really, when it comes down to it, I'm a big proponent of trying to chip away at anything that you want to go for in life. So when it comes down to it, I understand that you can't always have what you want in the next day or the next month or what have you. But as long as you're setting your goal correctly and doing everything that in your power to do so, you'll be fine.
Right. Again, our guests today, Albert Rose, Riccardo Francois. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Again, University Credit Union, check them out. And thanks for being here. Again, this is Live with Wyoming's Community News. And Tommy, thank you for producing the show. Folks, have a great day.